Hi again everybody, coming at you with another Learn Some Drums lesson. This time it's Cocoon by Catfish and the Bottlemen. To start things off in this song, we have 2 kicks onto the toms as a bit of a pickup, and then we're going to play hi-hats playing 8th notes right the way through 4 bars into a stop on beat 3. From there, straight into the verse, and this is the groove that we're going to use right throughout the verses. It's got that cool little tom in there. We're going to start that with the left hand. That's the big trick to getting this groove down. Let me play it for you slowly. So that's a really fun groove to muck around with, and of course we have a few fills in this verse. The first one is just a couple of snares onto a sizzled hi-hat. And then another fill just before the pre-chorus. That crash cymbal right at the end of the bar on the left hand launches us into the pre-chorus with another crash on the right hand, and then we're straight down onto the toms. I can't hear exactly what is happening in the toms, but I've worked out something that's pretty close, and if you want to throw in a couple of extra notes here and there, I reckon that will sound pretty good too. Anyway, here's what I worked out. We have a stop on beat 3 at the end of the pre-chorus. And now we open up into our chorus, which is a nice simple groove over on the ride cymbal, and it sounds like this. We have a tiny little breakdown before the next verse. Don't do anything special with your sticking for that fill, but that means the first group of accents will start on the right hand, the second group of accents starts on the left hand, the next group starts on the left hand as well, and then the last group will be back on your right hand as well. So that might be a little bit tricky if you haven't done it before. Just practice it slowly and then it will make more sense and you'll be able to speed it back up. From there, we're back into our verse groove, just the same as verse 1, a couple of different fills, so let me show you the first one now. That fill takes us into our pre-chorus again, but this time, instead of on the toms, we're just going to continue that verse beat right the way through. The fill at the end of the pre-chorus is particularly cool, so you want to nail this one and make sure you start the fill with your right hand. I definitely think that makes it a lot easier. Here we go. Moving on, we're back into our chorus using just the same beat as the first chorus, but it's twice as long this time, so we have some extra fills. At the halfway mark, we have a fill that sounds like this. Just that fill one more time slowly. And then the fill right at the end of this second chorus goes like this. Now we're into the bridge and we've got a different groove again. We've got 4 snares to the bar, and in the first bar, a syncopated kick drum pattern, but in the second bar, we're going to move our hand over to the floor tom to catch the end of beat 3 and beat 4. It sounds kind of complicated, and I'm going to play it open-handed on the hi-hats, but he may have played it over on the ride cymbal, so if that's a bit easier for you to get to the floor tom by using the ride cymbal, definitely use that instead. Anyway, let me show you how it goes. At the end of that section, there is, of course, another fill, and that's going to move us into the guitar solo, so I hope you know exactly where we're up to. This is the fill right before the guitar solo. The guitar solo is fairly straightforward. Let me play you through 8 bars now. In terms of epic halftime sections, this next one is definitely up there. It's a little bit of a workout for your left hand, but that means we get to incorporate the toms, which really fattens out the groove. Let's check it out. There's a different fill at the end of the next 4 bars. And for the end of this halftime section, going back into the chorus, we're just going to build things up, starting out with the kicks and then moving on to the snares. We are into our final chorus, and they are just the same as the second time we play them. So we're going to use that same fill from the second time right in the middle, and then at the end the fill changes just a tiny bit, but it's not very much. I'll show you how it goes, and then we'll go straight into our outro, which is just big eighth notes on the crashes with the kicks once again. And there we go, that is my breakdown of Cocoon by Catfish and the Bottlemen. I hope it's cleared up any bits that you were having trouble with, and maybe it's giving you something new to practice that you weren't already playing. Anyway, have fun with it guys, I'll see you at the next lesson.